All right, so today my challenge is to recreate some basketball obstacles for a basketball coach. She wants me to make uh, those things like at the NBA skill challenge, which you dribble around to show your skills. They use them on the court. You know, there's like 4 defenders or just obstacles. She wants 6 of those, and then one of those pass-through hoops for passing drills. So for what it costs for one of those, I want to attempt to make all 6 and the passing drill thing. All right, so my big idea for making the obstacle stands is to use PVC pipe to make those kind of square circular shapes. And also for the legs, I'm thinking maybe some rocks or some cement down in the legs to give it a little weight on it. And then the wooden stand. And yeah, I think that's true. So that's my thought process. Using some liquid nail or maybe just some PVC pipe glue. I'm gonna look at the prices. They both hold well for what I'm trying to do. I already got a couple bags of cement at the house. I'm gonna use that. And then I gotta work on that center logo. I want to go all out and try to recreate that Jordan sign. But if that doesn't fit, it's just gonna be a piece of wood with the logo of the customer, which is Crossover Sports. So ugly street to turn on. So yeah, that's the plan. So just keep tuned, and we'll see how that middle centerpiece goes. That's gonna be the biggest challenge. So yeah, glue everything together, easy peasy. Put the wood in the middle and paint it up. All right.
You're watching Daddy DIY.
All right, so the first thing I'm doing here is cutting down all my PVC pipe to the correct length. I'm measuring them, marking them, and then I'm writing the measurements on each pipe so I can easily pick it up and see what length each pipe is. I drew it out on a sheet of paper first, did some rough measurements with just the tape measure to see how tall I wanted it, and then divided that up between the pieces and the length of the pieces. I didn't show that blueprint here in the video, but you might want to do that if you want to have them all unified and be the same height. All right, so this is the assembly of the Jordan stand. So I have everything laid out in the order of height and parts that go together. I'm going to be using liquid nail here to put everything together. Just getting everything started here and ready to go. I have a mallet here so I can make sure that the pieces are all the way locked in. So each piece is going to get liquid nail on the outer ring and the inner ring of each piece as I put it together. So here I have 3-foot length PVC pipe. Here is 1.5 foot and 2 inches. Here is 1.5 foot, and then I have 2 T-brackets. They're going to be used for the legs going down. 4 corner brackets that's going to make my rectangular shape, and these small pieces will go in between the T-brackets just to make them fit together. And like I said, everything together with liquid glue that should be strong enough to hold it. These are just going to be sitting there, glued in. And then like I said, I'm thinking about putting cement in the 2 leg pieces to give it extra weight just when it's standing up. But it may not need that. That's just my idea if I deem it needs more weight. All right, so let's get right into it. I'm going to start doing this. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. All right, so here I did a dry fit first before I started to do the glue, and now I'm taking it loose here. And as you can see, I am putting the liquid nail on the inner rings and the liquid nail on the outer rings, and then I'm just putting everything back together, hammering it down, make sure that it has the fullest contact that it can have, because again, I want every stand to be uniform, like they were pressed out by a machine. All right, just pressing it down, making sure everything's flat and straight. Continuing with the liquid glue and putting everything together. Again, outer ring, inner ring. So when you slide it together, it's getting a good spread coverage of liquid nail through each piece. All right. So that's just the process. Keep watching here, and we'll get to the next step. All right, we have this piece 90% complete. I didn't glue the legs in because, again, I think I may want to cement those. So for now, they're just going to be put into place and stand up, and I'll see how I like it. Again, I'm still thinking not about gluing them together for easy disassemble for like traveling and moving it from place to place. You can pop the legs off, lay all the top pieces down flat, and then stack the legs up on the side. So again, I'm just thinking about other future things that could be helpful with this project. All right, so I'm doing another one here, just giving you a quick different angle so you can see what I was doing. I'm not sure if this is 2 or 3. I'm not going to show each one, but I did want to give a couple of different angles just so you can see exactly what I was doing in case you had any questions. And again, here is angle number 3. I know it's going fast, but if you really want to see what I'm doing, just use that YouTube option at the bottom. You can slow this down, and it'll go, slower for you, so you can see in more detail if that's what you like. But again, this is a long video, so I sped it up pretty fast. But again, it's just a different angle, me putting it together. I did 6 of these in total. I think I'm only showing you 3 angles here, 4 angles here. But yeah, it's just repetition. Just keep going, keep working, putting it together. The thing is not thinking about the end goal, just think about the next step as you're building. What's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? And then what's the next step after that? Okay, here, so I'm using my spray gun for the first time. I just ordered it. If you want to see the unboxing of that, go to my videos and check that out. I did an unboxing on it, but it's a generic sprayer that I got off of Temu. I think that's their website. But it uses the same battery pack as all my Ryobi tools. So that was my deciding factor on purchasing this. But as you can see, it sprays very well. I got all of the obstacles sprayed down, and I think it took me about 10 minutes. All right, so there's the obstacles drying. I painted those, and here's the legs. The legs are on each side. This is just a spare T and spare extra poles that I had left. So the only thing I need is the ends of each, which will be the legs on the obstacles. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these sprayed. I just have them barely stuck in the tip, which is gonna be cemented in the inside later on anyway. So that'll be fine, and we're gonna get those painted. Again, I am very happy with this spray gun. It's wireless, it sprays very good. You do have to mix the paint down, so I put the paint in there, a little water, mixed it down, and got it to the right consistency to spray. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn these and get the other side. All right, just a couple final coats on the legs here, make them good, nice, solid, and smooth. And then I'll take everything inside so it can dry and be outside of the elements, inside from the elements. Keep watching the channel. There's a lot of big projects coming on this backyard. It's going to be completely built out, so you might want to watch that and see the progress. All the legs painted, drying. We got the obstacles themselves painted, drying. Now we need to go and work on the bases. So here I'm cutting out all the Jordan bases, the stands. I measured them out and then cut them all down so they can be the exact length using my Ryobi table saw here. So this one I already sprayed. This is my first original one that I used as a template. So it's already painted blue, but I'm tracing out the circles for the stand, and then I'm going to drill the center hole out here with my Ryobi drill. And once I get this drilled through, get some dust off here, and drill the other side. So give me a starting point when I use my jigsaw here to cut both of those circles out. Giving it a quick sand here, then doing a quick test fit to see if that hole was good, and I got a good, nice, snug fit. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the second hole here, and then sand that one down as well. And you'll see later in the video, I also sanded and curved around the edges on these foot plates as well. Okay, here again, I'm just testing it out, and as you can see, it's standing and it's holding well. May not need the cement. We still have to see after we attach the Jordan sign. All right, so here it is. How I was telling you earlier, all the corners I sanded down, and I have those rounded edges and pointed corners. Now I'm tracing this out to make all the other foot plates. I already showed you earlier where I cut them out. So now I'm using that again as a template for the leg holes, and I'm going to do the same process that you seen me do on the first one. Drill the holes, cut them out with the jigsaw, sand it down, all the edges going around, and then I'll end like this. All right, just got the last final sand on this base. Okay, get all the edges round over, smooth. Alright, using the paint gun there. This is the second or third coat, and I'm only painting half of it because this is where it's going to say crossover, and it's going to be in blue. So once that dries, I'm going to tape over it, spelling out crossover, and then paint the whole base green. Pull the stickers off, and we'll have blue. We're about to apply the stickers there. I'm going to get a coat of paint on these. Again, using this paint gun here to paint the top and bottoms of the foot stands before I apply the stickers. I found these stickers at Home Depot. They're just black letter stickers on a lot of different sheets of sticker paper, and you just put together the words that you need. This was really handy for what I was trying to do. So as you can see here, I'm sticking it down on the foot plates to get it ready to be sprayed over. And there you go, crossover. I want to spray over this in the light blue greenish color. Here I am about to attempt to draw the NBA logo on this template so I can transfer it to very thin 1/4 inch plywood I have the logo in the middle of the obstacle. So I put up the NBA sign here on my iPad as I got ready to draw the logo out, so I had a reference. So I traced the border out so I knew where the edges were, so I didn't make it too big or too small. And then I started with the ball and made my way from there. Again, I can draw a little bit, so I hope I didn't butch this all the way up, but this is my impression of the NBA logo. I hope I don't get in trouble for making this or showing this, but this is what I did, and there you go. So I drew it out on this paper. You can get this paper from Home Depot as well, but we had it left over because my daughter made her own Christmas wrapping paper, and she used this, and she had like stamps and stickers, and she made Christmas paper out of it. So I used what we have left over. I use it for my projects, and it came in handy here. So yeah, that's where this paper came from. But if you're starting this project, you might want to go ahead and buy it just for this, and then you never know what you want to use it for in the future. I always try to reuse stuff, save money as much as I can. All right, and I'm done. Okay. It's not perfect, but I am pressed for time. I have to have this done by the 16th, so I'm not going to spend too much time. Now it's time to get this transferred over to the wood so we can get it cut out. I think I did very well. Comment below and let me know what you think. All right, so here's the template on the 3/4 inch plywood, and the goal is to have a little border that goes around it so I can attach the plywood to the plastic piece, attach it around this edge, but and so because you're going to be able to see through it, because the outside of it is going to be cut out, so I still want you to be able to see through it. So again, remember that's going to be green, screwed in to this blue frame, and the base will be green as well with crossover on it. So let's get this transferred over to the plywood. To do that, we're going to have to cut the paper out and then trace it onto the plywood. All right, so like I was saying, I'm cutting it out here so I can trace it onto the board, okay? Once I get it on the board, I'll be using my Ryobi jigsaw to cut the figure out from the board. Once I get it all the way cut out here, I'm going to use some tape to tape it down at the top, the bottom, one on the left and one on the right so it doesn't move. And then I'm tracing it out here on the board. All right, so there it is, and I'm going to go ahead and trace them all out to make sure that they fit and I have enough room on the board. I really want to get all 6 out of this one sheet and not have to go and buy any more additional plywood. So as you can see, I was able to fit 3 here across the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and rip this top section with my circular saw. Sand those edges down, but that really wasn't needed because I'm finna cut all of that off anyway. I just wasn't thinking about that at the time. So now I'm going to cut these apart. Here I'm using the jigsaw, but you could use the circular saw, anything you have to cut this. I just chose to use the jigsaw because I knew I was about to use it to cut the bodies out. So here I am cutting the other 2 apart. Alright, so now I am going to use this jigsaw to cut out the entire shape, And before, like I said before, my thought process was to leave a little trim border going all the way around it, and I was going to use that to attach it to the stands, but it kept breaking on me. So it ended up with no border, just the stand. But as you can see later, I'm still going to be able to attach it with the screw and bolt. I'm just going to go through the head and through the foot. All right. So after a quick sand, getting everything sanded down, getting all the rough and jagged eggs, doing another test fit. And as you can see, it fits perfectly in between. I still have contact on the head and the foot, so I can put a bolt through both, and that should hold it fine. Next step is going to be to paint over this. All right, so the next step is going to be to paint over the sign and the Jordan symbols in green, and then I'll peel back the stickers and reveal the crossover in blue. All right, so here is the first coat in green for the first set of 3. I'm going to do the Jordan bases and 3 Jordan signs. I'm going to spray them 3 and 3. And this spray gun was very easy to clean and change the colors over. I highly recommend this sprayer for small DIY jobs like this. Okay, so here we are, and I'm fast forwarding through a lot of this painting, but here's the second coat going on. And then here is the third coat being applied. Now it's time to take these stickers off. After it's fully dry, I'm going to use this razor blade and just to pick up one of the corners on each letter, and then we'll peel back and reveal the blue underneath. This was my first time doing anything like this with this lettering. I was very proud of myself. It turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Neat, perfect, beautiful letters. All right, so I love testing and just seeing how my stuff is going to look as I go. So here I am again, test fitting, just wanting to see it together. So this is pretty much the final product. The only thing left is to screw in those Jordan signs by the head and the foot bolt, and these will be complete. So I had to go by Home Depot and get the screws, and then we'll drill it in and install this. I'm flipping them over now, and I'm going to paint the backside. I was going to leave them brown, but the backside is going to be visible, so I thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and paint it. All right, just getting a little organized here, and now I'm going to drill the center hole in the stand itself, and now drilling a center hole in the Jordan head. These are the bolts that I got from Home Depot. It's just a 3-inch bolt, I believe it was, with a nut, and I got 6 of those. Putting that bolt through the plastic PVC pipe and through the Jordan head, and then tightening the bolt down, and then repeating that same process through the foot, going through the PVC pipe, putting the nut in, and then tighten it on the back of the foot. And that is how we are securing the Jordan signs in the middle of the stand. All right, so I'm fast forwarding through here, go ahead and getting all 6 Jordan men attached and heading towards the finish line here. All right, here's a quick clip that I took outside as I was getting ready to drop the product off to the owner. Here you can see all 6 stands plus the 2 pass-through passing drill stands that I made as well. If you want to see how I made those stands, Stay tuned for the next video. I'll be going through the process on how I built and painted and put together those stands. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Daddy DIY. Daddy DIY, the channel of arts, crafts, and do-it-yourself projects. Keep watching for more videos from me, Daddy DIY.